Yeah. Today is another day. Just some information for you to grasp. So what is the day today all about? Sometimes you would never know. In order to reconcile what kind of issues we are taking. I've been grinding orange peel. This is orange peel. I come to think about it, I should clean my orange before I peel it. But it is let me see first. It helps with your inflammatories. I dry up the orange peel after taking the juice. I don't throw that away, but when I do it, I keep the orange peel and dry them in order to blend them for the issues and purpose of if I get some cough or have some inflammation in my body, I take a cup of hot water and have a spoon of this powder of orange peel, and then I drink it. I drink the whole peel and everything. Just a recommendation. I should make a video of it. I do all kind of videos. Here the other day I bought a VHS player, video cassette, and it was with 6 recording heads on that video. So I could record old recordings into my computer so that I could record them, save them, and preserve if it was some interest of having that. So here, this is, maybe you will regard it as a sales attempt. Yes, it is for sale. I do this job professionally, and I will edit your video into something very good. So maybe I can talk about editing. Editing. You see, I edit the apple, not the apple, but the orange peel. No one eats it. But I googled it and came over a site where you could buy these ecologic grown oranges. And since it's ecologic growth, it is more pure, I don't know. But peel is peel, and you have this inside which is white. That is inflammatory reduced. So I edit it into powder, and I use it as spices to my food, some of my food, because it has some bitterness and sharpness to it. And even it's bitter, it should be able to eat it. Maybe the skin will be good too, I don't know. Maybe many things that have some inflammations will be reduced, and I have been scratching myself to a high degree because of some inflammations. And maybe I will see over time that maybe this will help. This scratching, it have already been reduced to about 90%. It's only my back. Maybe that is the part of the itching area I can't really reach. But I have this scratch, back scratch, that I can use. I made this back scratch. If you remember, back in those years I made videos and recommended the back scratch. And it is very convenient when I do it. Now my skin is more pure, and the skin doctor said maybe this will burn out by time. Just give it time. But I know that during some period of my life I was very stressed. And nowadays I don't feel so stressed. I feel more at ease with my situation, and I have come to terms with altering the time, editing time. That is an interesting concept, because if you look at your stillness, if you get some idea, you have to do it. You are just eager to activate yourself in order to do what you found out. But to move in your own path, in your own invention, intuition, and be contemplative with all your doings. Internalize what you are doing. Internalize what you are processing. Because every thought have to be processed. So editing is a way of processing your thoughts, even your life. That it gives more purpose in your life. I was just given a video to see by my son-in-law. And it was about finding out why I'm so lonely, why I'm so out there, feeling all by myself and not being able to realize my situation. But I think it is some part of the self-awareness that we realize that we are alone. We are alone. But we have to find everything in our life. Our friends, our relationships, with everything. Even the cup of coffee doesn't make me lonely. It makes me fulfilled. Not only the cup of coffee, of course, but to make a pause in your life, not walk ahead of yourself, because you will easily lose it. So by altering the time, you will be able to be inspired more fundamentally than being convinced. I heard a lecture some Jewish rabbi said something about that Christians and Muslims go by dogmatic beliefs. And I believe that. Jews are going by deeds. What you do. That is the difference between Christians and Jews. That they depend on the mitzvot they are doing. The good deeds. Mitzvah. What you can do. What you can be. Be a mensch that are doing good. So I buy into that. I buy into doing good for the pure sake of good. So to edit your time, you have a task ahead, endless task, which is always, every day, every minute, meaningful. So I edited my orange peel, and I edit my videos, all the recordings that I make record of through the computer and so on. You need some equipment in order to do that. And when the result is there, I put the result into an editing program in order to cut it, enhance it, and so on. Maybe colorize it, make it more dark, more bright. I don't know. But I do it in a very, I'm not a professional, but I do it in a very simplistic way that maybe you find very banal and not so skilled, but I use what I have. That is the thing. I heard about some professional photographer or some, I think it was a photographer, that people buy the most expensive stuff in order to make the best, sharpest photos that they can. You have, I don't remember the names, but you have different degrees of quality. Different cameras. If you have a camera on your mobile today, it will be better, even better than the old photographs that you took with the analog camera. Many people doesn't know the difference between analog and digital, but the old camera, if you are old enough, you remember those rolls of film that you had to develop into the photograph in a photograph shop. But today, you take a picture, it's already on the phone. It's already edited, because many of those new modern cameras, they are already installed with editing program, that it seems to be sharper than its really is. So you can take photographs of some object, and think that is the way best. And in order to do that, you buy the most expensive. Maybe your pocket will be drained in that minute. You buy that camera, that equipment to the camera, and all this kind of stuff. But when I look back into my pictures history, I have edited some of them, but most of them are as they were when they were made. I remember the old Nokia camera, 3210. That was the make of this camera, which was very, it was not all that foggy, but it was in a way very sandy. It was very corn. I don't know how to say it, but it was not that dense of the picture. The density was just like sand, and you could see the pixels on the photo. If you zoomed far enough into the picture, you could see all the pixels that it was made of. But today you have the best equipment already on a cheap mobile phone. So people are very naive to their own skills. They buy the best camera in order to think that that will be the best. But this photographer said, use what you have. Don't mess it up with expensive stuff that you may after have bought it. It is so advanced that you can't even take a picture. You can't even do anything to fix that photo, and you will be demotivated. But if you use what you already have, maybe you don't have anything, but you can go for something very cheap. And I was provoked before when people recommended for a newcomer to use the most simple low cost, because it provoked me. I want to make it best. I want to do it best. But this idea of buying into a small amount of money that you can afford in order to take some photos, buy time. You can see that the photos are in fact impressive. They are in fact very good. Some of them, 1 in 100 maybe, are impressively good. And if you show them to a more skilled person in this degree, you will get feedback. So you can alter and edit your way of taking it in a different way. So it will be more and more enhanced. And I'm not into photographs. If I was, I would have done much more. But it is just an example that you can enhance what you already have. What do I have? Most of the what I have is my motivation. You see, I can write a letter, but what I need is words. And in order to make a letter with words, I need to edit the stream of thoughts I have internalized in my memory bank. So this is quite important to use what you have. Believe in what you have, because even it's a stone, even it's mud, even it's just a rock, something. But you can see a tree, you can see some fruits, mango, and different vegetables. You can plant a seed already. When you are planting that seed of a kale or whatever, tomato, you will see it will be sprouting. You have altered the path of a seed, not only to be eaten, but to be planted. So you have audited all the changes for that plant to even sprout and give more fruits, more vegetables, more of everything. So when you are given something, use what you have. Don't use what you don't have, because that will demotivate you to do what you are wanting to do. So what about your wants? You can have motivation, but what is about my wants that is so interesting to use? Because you have some internal mission. I think that every human see its own purpose. If not now, you will see it. If you let the alteration of your time be the most important, if you can, instead of trying to find here and there, walking here and there and be stressed out by not finding out what you are up to do, you can sit down, contemplate, do whatever you like to do while sitting down. Maybe you can watch a movie, maybe you can see the news, maybe you can knit socks and hats and whatever, and you can make clothes. All the time that you are inactive will motivate you to be active and to take a stroll. I say sometimes to my daughter that in the morning I stumble myself into activity that I'm going to do. It's just a motivating act. So when I am editing my time, I go into drive mode. Maybe I should do more active here and there and everywhere. People seems to be so stressed out by all what they are doing that I have no time. Time is what they lack. They lack the element of time because they don't feel that they can really breathe out, feel their own self. So in order to edit, you don't need a lot of activities. You need the motivation in order to edit your activity. This is dried mango. It's so nice. We need some new additions in our lives. Now that Israel is undergoing turmoil, maybe that is a new edition of Israel. You have these matter editions. You do what you do in order to plant. You are more matter orientated. But maybe we need some spiritual edition of our life. I think that everything is spiritual. It's just how to get about it. How to come around with the spiritual entity you are. And I have said sometimes that what could be more spiritual than the truth, than facts, than reality? The reality that we see, the groundbreaking reality. We shouldn't be unaware that the reality out there and inside is something we can make some spiritual addition of. We can transform the reality into a spiritual reality. How do we do that? I think that when we do our experience, we make all matter into some spiritual experience that we learn. As long as we can learn from something, that we can understand something, that is a spiritual activity. Maybe people want to have God in that, but I think God is in that. Why do we need some external entity to explain everything when God is in everything? I think Christians need to edit their own way. So it's not only what you believe as a dogmatic, as he said, it's very belief orientated, it's very dogmatic orientated. But in Judaism, it is more practical. What you do, the mitzvah for other people, what you do for your friend, in order to both do something good, but also by doing good to others, you do good to yourself. That is a spiritual activity. Even just a connection between two people is something very profoundly spiritual. It's very spiritual. There ignites your drive in conjunction with different people. There is a drive for your activity. And if you are driven by those drives, if you let yourself flow in this spiritual realm, you will experience something more, that you are on a different level, because you believe in the spiritual reality. When you see a tree, when you see a person, you see some spiritual entity. You feel connected. You don't feel so much alone. I think that is the clue of today. Edit your time. Edit your reality. Transform yourself into some spiritual higher ground. Not that the mundane and secular is bad. It's good, all good. It's all good. I am afraid when people stigmatize other people to be secular or matter-orientated, they are themselves a projection of what they are saying onto others. So be a little bit more respectful and humble when regarding other people, that you don't judge them harder than you judge yourself. That is a good way of changing myself, to edit myself into something that could be more profound, true, and honest, and not at least more humble regarding my judgment of others. So that could be some better attitude to other people, to myself even. So my friends, it's Wednesday. I want to wish you everyone a blessed day, peace with Israel, shalom, and everyone Thank you very much. Bye bye.